Flying through the trees. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of The Ordinary Maverick. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick, sharing real life thoughts and experiences and maverick tips. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so, and you'll not miss another episode. It's fast paced, it's thrilling, it is ziplining. Some of you listening in might have experienced it, and for those who haven't, I would encourage you to go for it at the first opportunity. My zipline experience was one of a kind for sure, at least the first one. It was in the midst of an enchanting forest of the giant Autaniqua yellowwoods, part of the Sisikama indigenous forests in South Africa along the famous garden route near a place called Storms River. Inside the forest, one encounters hard pear trees, giant yellowwoods, beautiful tree ferns, and spectacular trees that are hundreds of years old alongside the forest flora. Of course, there is abundant bird life, and one finds the Naisna luri there too. The concept of guiding people through the upper canopy of a rainforest originated in Costa Rica, where adventurous biologists devised new methods for accessing the forest canopy in order to conduct research on the undiscovered canopy's ecosystem. Then this evolved into the breathtaking form of ecotourism, and this paved the way for people to enter and experience a previously inaccessible natural environment. I mean, when could we see the tops of the tree and not only see but fly through the trees? Seems unreal, right? Well, Africa's first canopy tour originated in the Sisikama forest, and it took 14 and a half months to construct and complete it. There are a total of 10 slides, and each ends on a platform constructed on the trees. The longest slide is about 91 meters. One just starts sliding through the 10 slides and makes their way through, experiencing the unbelievable view of the forest from way up. Even though several years have gone by, I recall the day very well. We were so excited to explore the Sisikama forest, which is a protected area in the southern part of South Africa. It's a coastal reserve, well known for its indigenous forests and dramatic coastlines. And we signed up for the canopy tour, all of us looking forward to the experience of flying through the trees. It was fun from the get-go. We had a short lesson by the guides explaining to us the process and safety measures, and then we were off. We wore the required safety equipment, the harness and helmet, and rode up to the starting point. And of course, we never looked back. From one slide to the other, stopping at the platforms, marveling at the views and amazed at how high we were. We had the time of our life. It was truly magical. There are many words to describe zipline. It's also called zip wire or flying fox, and it's a pulley suspended on a cable which is usually made of stainless steel mounted on a rope. It works on gravity, and so there's always a slope from one platform to the other. Ropeways to transport things as well as people have been used since long, but these zip lines and canopy tours evolved and grew in popularity in the last few decades. One can now zip line in many places all over the world, but a rainforest canopy is something else. Do definitely try that, and the world will never be the same. You may think it's an exaggeration, right? But no. There's something cathartic about being really high up, where one can't see the ground and just moving and gliding through the trees suspended by a cable. As one makes their way through the zip line, you're pretty much alone on that line. Alone, I mean. Suspended many meters up from the ground, with just the sounds of the trees and the birds and enveloped in a green curtain. That sounds so very poetic, right? Well, getting into ziplining and doing it made me realize a few things, especially as I stood at that platform and the guy said, "You are next." And just before me, I had seen the first guide disappear in the trees. My family was like, "You need to go first." And I realized there was no turning back. But the entire experience had been optional to a point. Now, I could have refused from the word go, and not even landed up at that platform. But remember, I signed up for it and there I was. No turning back. It's a bit like life, don't you think so? You have signed up, and so there's no real choice, right? I mean, we are living and we need to make the most of it. So when things are not going quite the way they should, remember you have signed up and that there is no turning back. Take the giant leap of faith, just like the zip line, and swing into the life like you did in the trees, and you will get to the other side for sure. But in zip lining, three things are extremely important: preparation, dependency, and trust. Isn't that the same as in life? There's a good prep in ziplining. You're taken through all the do's and don'ts, given a chance to ask questions. Basically, you are well prepared. That's an important thing to keep in mind in life too. Be prepared. If you are at that spot, at the platform in the sky where you need to take that leap of faith, well, find out as much as possible about everything. Reach out to people, do your research, read up, dig as much as possible. Nothing can beat preparation. And then dependency and trust. I mean, in ziplining, one is dependent on the guide, on the team, and basically trusting that all the platforms and the zip lines are well maintained, in top shape, and functional. Same thing in life. Trust and depend on your crew, the people that have your back, just as you have theirs. Build that circle of trust, and you will never go wrong. And last but not the least, the third component of the Maverick formula: fall forward. You have to let go. You obviously can't be standing on that platform high up in the trees forever, right? You have to zipline your way to the next platform and the next and the next. Same way in your life. Let go. Fall forward. Unless you take that big leap in life, you can't grow and can't experience all that life has to offer. I come from a very small town in the middle of India. Left home after completing my business degree. It was a huge leap of faith. No money, no benefactor. Just my own conviction and drive to do something and make an impact. Took the leap of faith and jumped right in. Actually, I jumped onto a train and got to the big city and have never looked back. Fellow Mavericks, life is a series of choices. We can either play it safe or we can take the risk and explore the unknown, the richness, and the amazing experiences. As I jump off the platforms on that zip line, I remember thinking not everything can be seen, it has to be felt. I really couldn't see anything as the line disappeared in the forest. Just had to jump off and rely on what I felt. The feeling of exhilaration, of wonder, and of sheer joy. Mark Twain's words sum it up. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. So, as I leave you, do think back to something that you didn't do when given the chance and how you feel about it, and also something you did, some leap of faith you took, and of course, your life took or didn't take. No regrets, though, fellow Mavericks. Life's too short for that, but learn from the thinking and do it now. Never a better moment than the present. Do keep writing your comments and sharing your feedback via our Instagram at The Ordinary Maverick or through our hashtag The Ordinary Maverick. I love hearing from you. This is Ajay signing off and wishing you have an amazing day, a super amazing year. Keep well, stay safe. Credits. This podcast series was put together as a team effort from the Bhardwaj family. Concept, design, title, researchers and reviewers: Ajay, Sanjana, Avantika and Niharika Bhardwaj. Script: Sanjana. Cover design: Niharika. All rights reserved.